Welcome to Science Easy Tech channel. Nursing made easy. In this video, we are going to discuss about inferential statistics. Under that, you have parametric and non-parametric test. So, here we are going to discuss an important non-parametric test, that is none other than chi-square test. Before moving on to the topic, if you are new to Science Easy Tech channel, just take a moment to subscribe our channel and also to press the notification bell icon in order to get connected with our latest updates. Let's move on to the contents. So the contents we are going to discuss in this video. Under non-parametric tests, we have many tests, but an important test, that is chi-square test, which is very much important in finding out the association between two variables, we are going to discuss in this video. Let's move on to the topic. Chi-square test. This chi-square test was developed by Carl Pearson. So Carl Pearson has already introduced an important measure, that is correlation in by statistics. So this chi-square test was also introduced by Carl Pearson in the year 1900. It is a non-parametric test, helps in testing of significance. Chi-square test measures the difference between what is observed and what is expected according to an assumed hypothesis. So this was developed by Carl Pearson and it is a non-parametric test. So you have parametric and non-parametric test. This chi-square comes under non-parametric test. So this helps in testing of significance between the variables, and this chi-square test is also measures the difference between what is observed value and what is the expected value according to an assumed hypothesis. That is, you will be assuming an hypothesis, no, you will be framing an hypothesis, no. So based on that, you will be calculating this chi-square test to tell whether the hypothesis is accepted or it is rejected. Next, we will see the characteristics of chi-square test. Already I told it is a non-parametric test which is based on frequencies. So it is based on observed frequencies and expected frequencies. It is used for testing hypothesis. Hypothesis testing, based on the results of chi-square test, you can accept the null hypothesis or you can reject the null hypothesis by comparing it with the table chi-square value. So the calculated chi-square value is compared with the table chi-square value, which I will be explaining in the last part of this video. This test can also be applied to complex contingency table. So when you are want to calculate this test, you have to formulate a contingency table. The contingency table can be 2 into 2 contingency table or 2 into 3 contingency table or 3 into 2 contingency table, based on the number of cells what you are going to place. Cells means it is nothing but the rows and columns what you are going to use in this contingency table. So this test helps to find out the association between two variables. The two variables should be independent variables. Okay, so this test mainly it finds out the significant association between two independent variables. Next, moving on to application of chi-square test. So why you are using this chi-square test? This chi-square test will be testing the goodness of fit of distribution. So how the distribution is there, whether it is normal distribution or whether there is any skewedness is there, that and all you can see by means of this chi-square test. Then it tests of independence of attributes. Attributes means variables or characteristics. Then it tests the homogeneity of the samples. Then samples should be randomly selected. The condition or the criteria for chi-square test is the samples should be randomly selected. All the items must be independent. And no group should contain very few items, that is less than 10. Okay. If the items are less than 10, then you have to combine with the subsequent groups or adjacent groups by regrouping, so that the items will become more than 10. So at least they are telling at least 50 items should be there when you are calculating chi-square test. It should not be less than 50. Okay. So if it is less than 10, you again do regrouping so that make more than 10. Okay. So let us see the chi-square formula. The chi-square formula is, this is the symbol for chi-square, which in my previous videos when I was explaining about the symbols used in statistics in my part 1 video, I have discussed it. If you have not watched it, I have given the link in description box. Please go and watch it. So this is the symbol, it's not x, it is the symbol for chi-square. And this you already know, this is summation or sigma. So O means observed frequencies or observed value. E means expected frequencies or expected values divided by expected values. Okay, so where O is observed value, E is expected value or expected frequencies divided by expected frequencies or expected value. So this is the formula for chi-square test, which is very important. So where O is observed frequency in contingency table. You will be putting a table in contingency table. In my next video, I'll be posting on how to calculate chi-square value. Where E is expected frequency in contingency table, that you will be calculated. See, O means what you have observed, what the data you have observed, and E, for calculating E, that is expected frequency, you have a formula. Okay, so what is the expected frequency? So here is calculated by expected frequency, that is E is calculated. Okay, this is E. Expected frequency is calculated by the given formula. What is that formula? Column total into row total divided by grand total. So E is calculated by the formula, that is column total into row total divided by grand total. Okay, column total into row total divided by grand total. This expected frequency E is calculated by using this formula. You have to total the column, then you have to total the data in the row, and both column and row together, if you are totaling, there will be one total, that is called as grand total, which you will be knowing in detail after explaining the sum in my next video. Okay. So you have to calculate degree of freedom in chi-square test. Degree of freedom is nothing but row minus 1 into column minus 1. Row minus 1, that is number of rows minus 1. For example, if there are 3 rows, 3 minus 1 how much? 2. Okay. Column minus 1. See, column, if there are 2 columns, so 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Suppose if you think there are rows is 3 rows and column is also 3. So then what is the degree of freedom? Degree of freedom is equal to 3 minus 1 how much? 3 minus 1 is 2, that is 3 rows. 3 minus 1 into is equal to 2. Similarly, column also 3. 3 minus 1 is again 2. Okay, so the degree of freedom is 4. Okay, suppose think if there are 2 rows and column is 3. Okay, 2 minus 1 is 1 and column I have told 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So what is the degree of freedom? 2 into 1 is equal to 2. Okay, in this way you have to calculate the degree of freedom. Next steps in chi-square calculation. So first and foremost thing, you have to formulate a null hypothesis. Then only you have to go for testing of null hypothesis. So first formulate a null hypothesis. Prepare a contingency table that is based on rows and columns. Okay, if you have 2 rows and 3 columns, the contingency table is 2 into 3. If you have 3 rows and 3 columns, the contingency table is 3 into 3. Suppose if you have 4 rows and 3 columns, the contingency table is 4 into 3. In this way, you have to prepare the contingency table. Then calculate the chi-square value. How you have to calculate the chi-square value? I have told the formula. Chi-square value is equal to summation of observed frequency minus expected frequency divided by expected frequency. Okay, observed frequency minus expected frequency whole square divided by expected frequency. How you have to calculate this expected frequency? Column total into row total divided by grand total. So calculate the expected frequency, apply in this formula, you will be getting the chi-square. Then what you have to do? Calculate the degree of freedom. Already I have told how to calculate the degree of freedom by using the formula row minus 1 into column minus 1. Based on this, calculate the degree of freedom. So this also will be based on your contingency table. Okay, next what you have to do? So you have calculated the chi-square value. So then you have to compare the calculated value with the table chi-square value. See, in maths and all you will be using log books. No, similarly you have chi-square table, T table, Z table, chi-square table, distribution table you will be having. So you have to compare your values in the chi-square table. So in the chi-square table, in the degree of freedom, suppose if your degree of freedom is 6, so DF they will be giving. So in the sixth thing you have to see at 5% level of significance. 5% level of significance means you will be seeing 0.01% significance, then 0.05 level of significance, that is the p value, or 0.1% significance, like that. So here 5% significance means level of significance, the p value is less than 0.05 percentage. So this also you will be having in the table. So in the sixth, I told in example, in the sixth degree of freedom you have to see 0.05 percentage level, so that you will be getting the value. So that value is your table value. So you have to compare your calculated chi-square value with the table value. If the calculated chi-square value what you have calculated is less than the table value, then you have to accept null hypothesis what you have framed. Suppose if the same calculated chi-square value is more than the table value, if your calculated chi-square value is more than the table value, you have to reject your null hypothesis and accept your alternative hypothesis, that is research hypothesis. Okay, so if the calculated chi-square value is less than the table value, accept the null hypothesis. If the calculated chi-square value is more than the table value, reject the null hypothesis. So this is an important 5-mark question, chi-square value. So this content is more than enough for a 5-mark question. So if you like my video, please give a thumbs up, share and subscribe to Science Easy Tech channel. My previous videos link I have given in description box. If you have not watched it, please go and watch it. As a continuation of chi-square value, in my next two videos I'll be posting with an example how to calculate a chi-square. So how to calculate expected value and how to calculate degree of freedom and how to compare the calculated value with the chi-square value and how to write an inference based on an example sum, so that the chi-square explanation will be complete with the future video. Thank you friends. Keep supporting to Science Easy Tech channel.